Hello, everyone. Hello, and welcome to the season finale. The angels are singing. It is the end of the Baldwins, and it also signals Sister Wives coming back. It's like bonus. Have a drink. So good. I've been so good on my diet lately. That's amazing. That's so good. Today, I just thought I knew I was going to have a drink tonight. So when my husband texted, because usually on Wednesdays, he hits Costco on the way home from work. I'm like, I want to get a pizza. It's not part of my diet. He's like, yeah. You haven't been letting me lately. Pizza. So here we are talking pizza. Which anyone who's there on Sunday nights will know is all that Tony can talk about. All right, so here we are. We're being Tony. Let's take a look at the chat here, see who's here. Of course, lovely Lynn is here. Good evening, everyone. Let's celebrate the end of this horrible show. Please be nice to each other. Watch the language. No politics. See everyone at 7. All right. If you want to drink, and you can drink anything, it does not have to be alcoholic. 99.9% of the time, my drink is not alcoholic. In fact, here is my usual drink that I will have once this one is gone. Well, once I do have a little bit left. That's not enough for a drink, so I brought the rest with me to top it off. And then I'll go to my non-alcoholic. All right. If you want to drink, the drinking words are, well, drink when there are accent changes, when she's speaking Spanish, or there's any speaking of Spanish, Hillary taking over Alec. Hillary talking over Alec, and how those kids need discipline. Okay. Wow. I'm going to be on to this by 5 minutes into the show. It's like, that is the whole show there, Lynn. That is what we've been seeing. All right. Oh my gosh. Alec will never be able to retire. It's cheaper to keep her. Yeah. Honestly. All right. Shanna Banana, good to see you. I saw today that Tamron Hall is interviewing Mary. I heard that too. It's supposed to be revealing. Okay, we'll see. Although Tamron Hall and the First Lady, before Tamron Hall, both of them, when they interviewed the Browns in early seasons, did a better job of having probing questions, not softball questions. And I heard, again, I have no proof of this, but I heard that Cody didn't like them and he found them confrontational, and they had good questions. He didn't like the questions, and he somehow had the power to not have them return. I don't know where he gets that kind of power. How do they give him that kind of power? All he has to do is say, I'm not coming on the show anymore. I'm not going to do this. And they should just say, okay. There's other polygamous families out there. We'll find another one. And he'll be like, okay. It's just like, can we have her just not ask those kind of questions? So, there's no way this man's going to turn down money and fame. Have you met Cody Brown? Yeah, no. Anyway, TLC, they're losers when it comes to managing talent. Clearly, at least in terms of the Brown family, Cody, Robin specifically. Did you know that Cody has final say on the host? I bet she is going to reveal why he fired her. Now that. See, I didn't read the rest of your question, Shanna Banana. I should have. That would be revealing. That would be revealing. So we'll see. You know, they always say things are going to be revealing, and they're not. And Mary's not very revealing in these talking things. She does better in the talking head interviews now with TLC than she does tend to do on the couches. Yeah. She doesn't do that well in these one-on-one interviews on the couches. She'll make snarky comments, but she doesn't reveal anything. Now that I think about it, she doesn't really reveal anything in the one-on-one interviews either. She just makes snarky comments there as well. Okay. All right. Divorce looks good on Mary. That's true, Lynn. I agree with that. Yes, Mary, Janelle can finally be free. So happy for them. Let's see. The picture of Alec on this thumbnail is very flattering. Yeah, he's a good-looking man. He really is. You know, it's not going to be long before Hilaria is going to force him into a full facelift, and then he's going to be pulled so tight that he's going to turn into a whole nother beast, and we're all going to be like, oh, what happened? Like, all he needs is just the eye bags tweaked a little bit. That's it. And then he's back to the same old good-looking Alec that he always was. He's still good-looking. But she's not going to deal with that for too long. She's just letting it go now because it probably looks good for the cameras during the whole, like if he's all pulled and tight and snatched when he was going into the trial, it wasn't a good look. I am sure the lawyer said 0 Botox, 0 plastic surgery, 0 anything on your appearance going into the trial, which was also his get out of jail free card in terms of eating any foods he ever wants to. Yeah, she's going to get him back in the gym and back on the keto diet real soon. All right. All right. Yes, Shanna, Google it for us. Tell us where that interview is. What day, time, and channel. Oh, that's a good point, Lynn. If I was married to Hillary, I'd feel old, tired, exhausted too. Yeah, one time she was on Fox. I don't know where she is anymore. Salmon Hall. Yeah, I haven't seen her in a while. She might just be independent now. Hi, Nadine. Good to see you. Need to get my drink. So happy to see Last of Hillary. Ah, and the angels sang. Ah. Yes, Nadine. Those clips were shocking. Just shocking. She was horrible to him. It's unbelievable. Aw, Wendy. Yeah, that's the only downside, right? It's the last of the watch-alongs. Yeah. I mean, I guess we could maybe do Big Love as a watch-along, but I don't know that. I don't know. I'm going to say I'll need some feedback on that. If that is a kind of watch-along show, I'll be talking a lot less during it. It literally would be pretty silent, and it would just be listening. But I guess that would be for the benefit of those who don't have access to Max, and they can't see it, and they do want to just listen. I mean, I'll try to comment, I guess, about what's happening. I'll try to remember to do that. So I guess that's a possibility. And then we can talk a little bit about that afterwards for those who want to do the Big Love stuff, because I haven't started doing that yet. But I just don't know if it lends itself, like reality TV tends to lend itself a little bit more to just sort of like talking back and forth to people. And I don't know, like more drama kind of shows, there's more scenery and stuff that I don't know if it'll translate over just audio. I don't know, but I'm open. Shayna Banana, I am having my fake Disaronno because I like the bottle on my counter. So I fill it with the cheap stuff because the Disaronno is about $30 a bottle. And the cheap stuff's like $7.99, and it tastes almost the same. It's just not as smooth as a Disaronno. So the Disaronno is good on the rocks, which is actually what I'm doing today. It's a amaretto is what it is, amaretto. And so usually with my fake Disaronno, it's still called, what is it called? Amaretto. This just doesn't say amaretto on the bottle. It just says the world's favorite Italian liqueur, Disaronno. A liqueur produced in Ilbelia, Serrano, Italy. 20% alcohol by volume. It doesn't say amaretto anywhere. Oh, here. The amaretto liqueur. It says on the back. Okay, so it's amaretto, which is like a almond flavored liqueur. It's really the only alcohol I really love. I like a margarita. That's about it. I'm just not a big alcohol drinker, and I'm constantly on a diet of some sort. So drinking my calories is, I just don't do it often. And because I don't enjoy the taste of most alcohols, and I'm beyond the years of using it for a buzz, it takes too much now. It's easier when I was in college. I don't know what's gotten into me. I'll sit there and have a couple drinks and be fine at a social gathering. I don't know. It seems like it should be the opposite because I don't drink that often. Like months go by and I don't have drinks. So I don't know. Anyway, but I love it. I could sip on it every night and be so, so, so happy. I am sure the calorie content in it is through the roof. And the sugar content must be outrageous because it's a liqueur. But it tastes so good. So I was starting to say what I usually do with it, just to make the sugar content go even further through the roof. I usually add the sweet and sour mix to it and make an amaretto sour. It's my oldest daughters and actually my second daughter really likes it too. It's our favorite drink. I got them addicted to it too. Neither one of them are really drinkers either, but we all drink amaretto. In fact, my oldest daughter named her cat Amaretto because she rescued her and she was an orange cat, which is rare for orange cats to be female. Most of them are male. So yeah, she was an orange cat. And so she was orangey. She kind of was like, this looks a little brown in this light, but she was a darky orangey color and she named her Amaretto. Okay, moving on. Hi, Anonymous. Did I miss you? There she is. Hi, Anonymous. Mama Squirrel is here. Hello. Oh no, get well, Anonymous. Hi, Kitty. We are here for our very last 1,000-Pound Sisters. I just haven't been following it though, Wendy. It is Mama Squirrel. Ginger ale is pretty good. I should get myself some diet ginger ale and do that for a little bit. I haven't been following it. I don't know that I can start I don't think my OCD will let me just join in the middle. Yeah, Natalie Morales. There you go. That was the first host. Yeah, I heard that he got rid of her too. Yeah, she was good. She was like really just pinpoint to the point. He didn't like that. Oh, shoot. Oh, that's right. Tamron Hall has her own show. I forgot about that. That's where she was. So today, she was on Today. All right. So we should be able to find it online somewhere. Someone will have it on YouTube or maybe we'll be able to go see. Okay. Somebody find out what channel Tamron Hall's show is on. What channel is she on? Is she on NBC or what is it? So I'll look. I'll see also if it's in the DVR under like on demand or something. Okay. Karen Rice, hello. Thank you for hitting the like button. Anyone else I missed? Joni. Hi, Joni. Good to see you. The final turd on humanity. Compliments of Hysteria and Alec and their 7 screechers. Yes. Hi, Amy. Good to see you. All right. Have we caught up? Kathy's here. Hello. Oh, she's on ABC. Okay. Very good. I'm going to double check and see if I can find. Tamron Hall. And I'll do a review of it for you all. No. Tamron Hall. Okay, original air date, April 29th, 2025. Oh, that's coming up. Okay, so today's the 16th. That's tomorrow. Huh. Oh, these are all future. Okay. Oh, they don't have any past episodes in my I wish I would have known. I would have recorded everything. Let's see. It's on let's see, Tamron Hall tomorrow. Original air date, April 10th. Oh, there are some that are. Okay, I am going to just hit record series, all episodes, in case we can catch a repeat of it somewhere along the line. Maybe they'll like air it at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something. I'm going to have to remember. I'll just pull this up to go into my DVR and try to delete some stuff to make room for it, because she probably has a bunch of stuff in there. Okay. Karen Rice. Hello. All right. I think I'm caught up with everybody in the chat. Good on you, Mama Squirrel. Call them out. Yeah, it burns a little bit more, right? It's not as smooth. I need to try Midori one of these times, so I keep hearing recommendations for that. I'm not a drinker though, so like it's sweet. It's like a sweet drink. I'm not a drinker. All right. Oh, okay. It's already on YouTube. It's on YouTube already. Very good. Aw, Kitty, you're waiting to watch it with us. Yay. How nice. One of the YouTube people said that Cody had demands about what Tamra could ask. He probably did this time too. That's why he's like, I'm going to stop you there. That was on my list of things I won't talk about, which include anything to do with money or Robin or my kids. Other than that, ask me what you want. I prefer not to talk about my wives, but if I have to, I will. My ex-wives. All right, let's go. I inhaled at the same time I was swallowing. Here we go. Let me make sure this is turned up. There we go. And Baldwins. A 3, a 2, a 1, and go.
Last day of camp.
5 days until they go back to
You
Manhattan.
want to go on your camp? And then what? You're going to go to school soon. Do you remember what kind of backpack you have?
It says Maria, otherwise known as Lulu, that makes sense, is getting her shoes on right now. I think it said she was 5 years old and they're getting ready to go to camp 5 days before returning to Manhattan. End of summer, I suppose that would make this.
A poop backpack. I bet you they make that. We could probably get that one.
Keys.
I have the keys somewhere.
This is the last day of camp. I can only say one thing, but it was a very interesting summer.
How do you hope that they remember it?
That it was an interesting summer, that they had a good time. They had their summer.
You took my snack. We are a big family who's been through a lot of things. How about we give her that bag and we go get you a new bag? Okay, we'll go get you a new bag. And so it's interesting to come to this point where the future is going to allow us to make more choices, whereas we haven't had the ability to make many choices over the past few years. And hopefully that means we can just live a little more free.
What happened to your hair, man? Hair's like a wing. You're like a flock of seagulls.
Are you excited to go to camp today? I'm not going to camp. Where are you going then? I'm not going nowhere. All of our kids have such strong personalities, and with this many kids, sometimes they are going to dig their heels in, sometimes they are going to yell, and sometimes they are going to melt down. I don't know why. You don't take it personally. For me, sometimes I just turn off my brain a little bit. Not to the point where I'm not present, but I'm just gonna lower my imaginary volume button.
It's Lulu.
So we're off to New York. Who knows what's the right thing to do when we go back to the city? Like, you're gonna go back to work and you want to do this, you want to do that. I'm kind of like, I don't know. I don't really know.
Lulu, seatbelt on, please. Okay. Not going to camp.
Lulu is not going to camp. If she has her way.
You're gonna get down there and do some yoga?
So I can tell you that watching somebody else do yoga is
my favorite.
Is literally not the same as doing yoga. You've had 2 hips that were fixed and you didn't do enough physical therapy. So when I stop having to put your socks on in the morning.
I do miss exercise.
No, you don't.
I just think
No,
why?
you don't.
Because there are no
Because
socks,
there's
right?
no sex because it's summertime and there's no socks in the summertime. But come fall, when your feet start getting cold again, flexibility is one of the most important things for health, for the aging. You see somebody who's flexible, who's older.
For the aging, for the older, every episode she talks about how old he is.
Summer, we've lived with tremendous anxiety, tremendous stress. And I know that if I run, exercise,
Keep drinking.
do yoga every day, I can be pretty centered and focused. And if I don't, I feel like I'm in a cloud and everything feels very loud. My entire life, I've learned that this is something that stabilizes me. I know that if I take, it could just be 30 minutes a day to move my body, I'm going to be a better mom, I'm going to be a better spouse. And then as a yoga teacher, I want to share. I like coming and working out, being a little
Why
more
doesn't she
active
just be a
can
yoga teacher
only
then?
help. He's taken exercise, a couple yoga classes with me over the past 13 years. Not his thing. We tried to run together a few times. It's just not his thing. Let's see how much you know from being married to me for so many years.
Child's pose.
Okay, and it's not just the age difference. It's just
Age
that
again.
he's a theater kid, and I'm a jock,
A jock.
and that's it.
A
The
jock.
question is, can you bring your hips more towards your heels?
A jock.
I know. So relax your face. Does it hurt if I sit on you? Try to completely release down because you do definitely hold trauma up here in your shoulders.
Well, where do I have trauma? In my ass or my shoulders? Which is it?
Are you feeling it in both? And
Yes.
there it is. Definitely trauma is right there.
What I've been dealing with over the last couple of years, it really, really negatively affected my health. And I wasn't like that. No matter what I had, my hip hurt, this hurt, I had energy. And now this sucked a lot of the energy out of me. And so a year from now, I want to have put a lot of focus on my health and have that be very different.
Okay, I want you to try to sit up.
Okay.
have faith in you.
I think I'm gonna throw up.
Come up.
There's no
Now I'm taking my knees, where you can feel my knees
Stop
in your butt.
Oh, your knee in my ass feels kind of good.
It's nothing better than a butt massage.
Oh, the cats are touching my pillows.
The cats do their own yoga. Now you teach me yoga.
Okay, now
But don't you dare put all your weight because you will break me.
I won't. Okay, so let's just Does you feel that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Do you feel that? Okay, get out of here.
You're an ass.
I do feel that.
Go fold your blankets.
Let's sit and talk about something. Can we talk about something seriously? Sit down.
Good on Alec for figuring out a way to get out of this.
Have you feet?
Foot rub.
So I played sports and I was athletic and I was trimmer and fitter and stronger and everything until I was
He
about
was a
40.
jock.
And then I got to be 40 and slowly I worked a lot. I had a kid. Just my life changed a little bit. And so to be married to somebody who's as physically fit as you, as I'm kind of like slipping, you know what I mean? Like my strengths and my coordinations, things like that. It is bizarre.
The people who say that age doesn't matter, that's like the stupidest thing to say because of course it matters.
You just get older. You don't really, what can you do about it? There's no button you can press to go backwards. And if I go out into the world,
Matters
and try to
how
get a job,
hysteria.
you got to be aware of it. And I just want to, get healthy. I'll never forget we did Woody's movie, Blue Jasmine. And he goes, I thought, your character is a bit of sort of a ladies' man, so I'm looking to lose weight. And I did. Remember that? Remember when I did the Oh my God!
But you
I
didn't
did
lose
the.
weight because of Woody.
Well, hold on. Well, I'm gonna just tell this is my Woody story.
Shut up,
no
Hilaria.
pasta, no potatoes, no candy, no sugar, and I lost probably 25 pounds. And you look at me in that movie, more 30. I think I lost 30.
40 pounds.
Oh, I thought I lost 30, but I wanted to brag. You see me in the movie, and I look trim, comparatively speaking, but I did have the barbecue sauce in my hair. Right?
I like him better, salt and pepper.
I dyed my hair, but I thought to myself, the guy would dye his hair, so I did that. But,
No, you used to dye your hair because you liked it. And you were dating a 27-year-old yoga instructor.
yeah, that's why.
And you did dye that literally. And that's why you lost weight. I've seen a difference in
She
you in the
is
past weeks.
Unbelievable.
Right?
Yes.
Now I'm seeing there's something lighter in you.
You lost
I'm seeing
weight
you
and
more
dyed
at
your
the
hair
gym.
because you were dating
I'm
a
seeing
27-year-old.
you
All because
more
of me.
calmer. You've had fun this summer, but it took a second. I mean, it's going to take us a really long
Yeah.
time to let this sink in and learn how to live again. We lived for so long with this tremendous amount of stress and unknowing and just confusion. And so when we get home, we can learn what the new normal is and then to realize that we can make choices that perhaps are healthier choices for both of us.
Yeah. When is Shavasana?
Shavasana is not yet, my friend. Stop. All these things that you guys are learning at camp, just stop.
Not camp, YouTube.
YouTube is like
YouTube Shorts. I mean, I started watching PG-13 things by the time I was like 6.
Wait, what about Borat? You have not seen Borat.
And it was all Dad's idea. Dad lets us watch movies all night.
I think part of the thing is having an actor for a dad or a parent. Alec and I are very different parents. I'll walk in and they're watching a movie and I freak out and I say, this is not okay. And they look at me and they're like, Mom, I've already watched it 3 times. Like, don't do that. So do you guys think that you guys are going to be all messed up because Daddy lets you watch these things? I don't. Oh my God.
How can your children watch a movie 3 times and you have no
Yeah,
idea?
what's up?
Just want to know.
Hey, you showed the kids Borat? I know they can't unsee it. But can you stop showing them things? Okay, I appreciate that it's funny, but you know what else be funny when they're like 15? Okay, bye.
My dad, he would probably show us any movie. I watched Orkin' Moms when I was like 9. Watched Insatiable when I was like 6.
Your dad showed you Borat, right?
Yeah, my dad lets me watch anything basically. For some reason, my mom says no orange is the new black, but I watched worse. She just doesn't know that. Dad showed me Borat for the first time when I was like 5.
She watched Orange is the New Black.
I want my birthday to maybe be cloud themed.
Okay, cotton candy. I love this. Cotton candy.
Well, I'm joking.
And they'll sing Rain, Rain, Go Away or some collab theme song. It'd be great. I'm seeing it. It's all coming together. in a few days. It's Carmen's birthday. She's going to be 11. Maybe like a little happy birthday as well.
Yeah.
And she's just such a solid, like, soul. The past years have been challenging, especially for Carmen, who was the most aware of what was going on. I'm very excited to celebrate this day with her.
You made her
Are
aware.
you gonna invite other people too? Or
Yeah.
just the boys?
Well, Fleur's gonna be there. Who else?
Carmen,
Oh,
Carmen,
Fleur.
you even more hair flips.
I think that's part of her problem. She has her mom and
She's
Fleur.
talking about her birthday.
One more hair flip, hair flip, hair flip, hair flip.
Don't tell her to hair flip. She does it nonstop already.
It's gonna happen later. It's my birthday. Because I love and hate my birthday at the same time. I hate my birthday because it means it's closer to school. My least favorite day of the year, though, is September 5th, the day school starts. And then my other least favorite one is December 26th because they're after, like, Christmas.
You're gonna cake. What kind of cake should you have?
Chocolate.
Chocolate and chocolate?
Yeah, I'll eat it.
And you're gonna eat it?
Yeah, Auntie couldn't get balloons.
Balloons. We've had a great 11 years. We've had some bad moments, but through it all, we found happiness. I just hope as we head back to the city, things can be more calm. How do you think she's going to be when she starts school?
Can I visit you in your classroom every day? Yeah. I want to say hi to all your fake friends. They're not fake.
No, Carmen, don't teach her that.
Because you bitch.
Carmen, you're trying to be funny, but she thinks it's mean because it's kind of mean. You are being
I'm
mean.
so awesome.
Carmen,
So
stop.
girl, bye.
Oh, Carmen, stop. I'm going to go put you in baby timeout.
Good news! Peacock is now included in your Spectrum TV package at no.
So let me get this straight. Carmen is being mean to the 5-year-old. She's not being reprimanded about it. Eventually, I think she's 5, maybe she's younger. The one with 2 names, Izzy and Maria, like she's 2 names, but they don't like go together. So then the little one, Izzy, gets really upset and starts calling Carmen a bitch over and over again. And Hysteria, who's holding her, just goes, why is this funny? Where is the parenting happening here? We are not stopping Carmen from being mean to the younger one. We are not stopping the younger one for using inappropriate language. She's laughing. The mother is laughing about all of this happening on camera, knowing that this is going to be critiqued. Her parenting style will now be critiqued. This is when you should up your game as a parent, when you know cameras are going to broadcast this to the world. This should be you A game, your best. You're showing your top skills here. She's giggling. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. I'm not saying that we don't all slip at times and laugh at things we're not supposed to and try to turn our head at things that are funny, but we don't want the kids to see us laughing at it. She just kind of went like this, but the kid's right in front of her and the other one's right next to her. And she's just kind of like going like this when she's laughing. Clearly she's laughing right in front of them and she's shaking as she's laughing. Like there's no hiding it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right. I don't think Borat was so funny. I only saw some clips of Borat and I never thought it was funny either. And I'm like, well, maybe I'm missing something. Like maybe I need to watch the whole thing from beginning to end because I too don't get it. Like it seemed like it was like 12-year-old boy humor. And maybe it is. Maybe you're supposed to just be like at that, like empty your mind and just laugh at stupid stuff, kind of like maybe like a Laurel and Hardy, Three Stooges kind of level of humor. That's just stupid, still silly. But I've never really even enjoyed Three Stooges or Laurel and Hardy or any of that kind of slapstick kind of stuff. So I don't get it. I didn't like. Was it Tosh O or no? That was Tosh 2.0, right? I don't know. I didn't watch any of them. The ones that would do stupid stuff too and tape themselves. And I guess it was funny to some people. I don't know. I didn't watch any of that stuff because if it doesn't make me laugh out loud, I'm not going to watch it. I also don't enjoy watching those shows. There's a show I tried to watch the entire episode all the way through. I don't think I watched the whole thing. The only thing that's funny about it is watching the guys. You could tell that they're good friends and watching them laugh with each other, that they're having a good time amongst themselves. But I couldn't enjoy the show. It was a show of 4 guys and one would make one do something. They forced them to do something. And if they didn't, they had to do, a dare or something like that. So it was all like dares. So they had like an earpiece in his ear and they would tell him that they had to go up to this person and say something that they didn't want to say. Or sometimes it would be like, take off your shirt and try to rub up against this person that they didn't know, like some stranger or something. It was really awkward and odd. And they would laugh and laugh and laugh. And I know so many people watched it and loved it. So I really tried. And I just couldn't get past the uncomfortableness of it. I'm like, I don't know. Being uncomfortable doesn't make me laugh out loud. Just not my thing. Yes, she does. This is a problem. She does sound like her mom. She does. Yeah, I know. Pick your poison, right, Wendy? Yeah, they're going to have a hard time. They're going to have a hard time, unfortunately. Yeah. It does seem like she's scared of Carmen. Carmen's bigger than her. She could take her. Mm-hmm. When you saw this ahead of time. Was my mouth agape? I don't even know what I said or did. No, she said nothing. There was no discipline. Nothing. Ugh. They all have about 10 names each. Yeah. They probably also have another Spanish name that probably includes 5 names in the Spanish name. Oh. Lulu, that's it. She's 3. She's 3 and she's using the B word. Yeah, I would have shut it down too. I would have shut it down quick. We do not use that word in this house. And you cannot use that word. And if you hear somebody else say it, they are wrong. That does not mean you can. And if you ever want to, when you turn 21 years old, then you're free to do what you want. Until then, or as long as you live under this roof, I wouldn't even let my kids say damn. No. I mean, I'm sure by the time they were like in middle school, they probably did and that. But like when they were little, I remember my son, and it wasn't like they just didn't. It wasn't like, you can't say this. It was these were just words that we just didn't use in our house. See, the kids that use it are hanging out with kids that use it, or the parents are using it. And my husband and I just made a pact that we were not going to swear in our house around the kids ever. Therefore, we really just didn't swear at the house ever, because that way they would never overhear it. They wouldn't hear it. No swearing happened. The kids never swore. And then I'm on the airplane and flying with my son to go visit my in-laws. They lived in Alaska at the time. My husband had gone with the girls on a different flight. I had gone with my son. And we were flying separate. I can't remember. It was cheaper. We were on different airlines. And he said, it was just damn. All he said was damn. But my kids never said damn. So he was like 4 years old, 3 or 4 years old. He wasn't lap sitting anymore. He had his own seat. So he was about 3 or 4 years old. I think he was 4 or 5. And he said, he was watching something and then he was reading something and I was talking to him and he goes, well, damn. The best part about it is he used a Southern accent. We live in Ohio. Like you go any further north, you hit the lake. On the other side of the lake is Canada. So like, where'd the Southern accent come from? So funny. Oh, so I know he picked it up from a movie. It was probably, I'm sure it's in some Disney movie or Robots. He watched a lot of Robots. It was probably in the Robots movie or Ice Age. Watched a lot of Ice Age and Robots. But it was so, and that was one of those so cute. Like, I'm sure I started laughing at it, like turned my head too, because like, one, it's a word we don't use in our house. And so I had to like reprimand him, but it came out of this cute little boy with a Southern accent all of a sudden. So adorable. Well, damn. And I looked at him because I thought, no, that's not going to be. I go, what'd you say, Zachary? And it wasn't like he thought he was in trouble or anything at the time, because of course he didn't even know. He used the word appropriately, like he learned it in context in a movie and then used it appropriately in the situation because he was shocked by something. He goes, I said, well, damn. I said, well, you know what? We don't use that word in our house. And he goes, really? I go, yeah. And he goes, okay. That was the end of it. It's funny. Yeah, there's a lot of that. Yep, as a speech therapist, I heard a lot of FUCKs for TRUCKs. And a lot of parents worried about that too. Yep. That's it. Yeah, Jackass. He did a lot of stupid stuff. I never understood that. Yeah, Matt Rife is very funny. His crowd work is amazing. You can tell he's highly intelligent to be able to think on your feet like that. He's one of the best crowd work people I've ever seen, where he could just work the crowd and think on his feet and be funny. A lot of crowd work people, it's like, get back to your routine. Like, get back to the prepared stuff that's really funny. But Matt Rife can make you laugh out loud when he talks to the crowd. Good. Okay. Oh, I never heard of Johnny Knoxville. Has anyone heard of, I can't think of his name now. I just recently heard of him and now he comes up all the time. You know, it's in my algorithm. He's really funny and he's clean. He's a completely clean comedian who's really funny, which is really refreshing. I'll come to him. He hosted Saturday Night Live a couple times. Nate Bargatze. Nate Bargatze. Look him up. So funny because he's very much like a Jerry Seinfeld. So his comedy is all about just his life. It's about his family. It's about his kid, about his wife. It's about, it's so relatable. And I die with some of his stories. I think it's great. You're welcome. If you haven't heard of him, you're welcome because you're going to watch some of his stuff and laugh out loud. That's funny. You know what I realized what I said in the car? I was driving once. I didn't even realize I did this. We got somewhere and I was like all frustrated and I slammed on my brakes. I'm like, oh. And no, I know we wanted to get going once. And I'm like, okay, let's get going. And from the back, I don't know which kid it was. One of the kids yelled out, let's get going, Grandpa. That's apparently what I used to always say in the car. And I didn't even realize it. Instead of swearing at people, I would go, all right, Grandpa, let's get moving. Or Grandma. I don't know. I'm sure I use them interchangeably, but I didn't realize I did it until my kids started saying it. So again, this is why we don't swear. Because the kids just pick it up. You don't even realize you're saying it, and then they start saying it. We don't like the brown word. There you go. That's good. Oh, those two are going to go head to head like, oh, absolutely. Oh, there you go. Jenny College, Lessa Cousin came out. Oh, you should see me in high school. Like a sailor. Talk about code switching. I would just like every other line. And then I came home and doop, not a word. It's amazing how you can turn it off. I feel like I got better when I got to college. I felt like high school, I was more of a rebel. I mean, not that I was great in college, but high school, in terms of my language, high school was really my rebellious my every other word. I think it's because I went to a private religious school through 8th grade. So when I went to a public high school, I let my hair down. Oh, Shannon, that's funny. Tried that, and then you're like, oh, wait, somebody else in here. Oh, no, 2 elderly ladies, no. It may not have been Disney. Like I said, it may have been Blue Sky Productions. I used to say is the best production company because they did both the Ice Age movies and they did the robots. And my son was addicted to Ice Age and robots. He watched those religiously. You could watch them over and over again. I would watch it with the commentary because I was like, I can only watch and listen to these movies so many times. So I would put on the background commentary from the director explaining the scenes or the cinematographer. Well, there would be no cinematographer because they're animation, but whoever, or maybe an actor would be talking about the voiceover, whatever in the background. So I would watch it with that. He didn't care. He'd still watch it. Like, I just think maybe the level of the animation, or maybe he knew enough about it that he didn't care. Like, he loved those. I don't know. I think they got bought out by one of the big companies, maybe Disney or somebody. Yeah, I never heard of Johnny Knoxville either. I'm going to have to look him up. I said to my hubby, now when our daughter was 2, she cussed like her daddy. And I heard, yes, honey. I heard her because it was him this time. Nate B is also branded clean comedy. Yeah, he doesn't swear in any of his stuff. He always says his mom watches all his shows, so he won't swear in them. He doesn't, and they're funny. The stories, because he's a storyteller. So he tells these stories that are so relatable. His really funny story about how he was down in Florida doing something and his wife was going to meet him down here with his daughter for like spring break. So he was finishing up a tour and she was going to come, and her catching the flight and what was involved in that. It's just relatable stuff. It's just funny. I'm not going to tell you the punchline, but it's good. Oh, Shanna, your mom was a counselor at the school you grew up at. She knew everything. Yeah, you can't get away with anything then. Nothing. All right, back to the show. Sorry. I went off on a tangent there. Here we go. Back in the East Hampton.
Wait, let me just try to run this really quick. Oh, who got that? What?
Neil said he and Diane would love to grab coffee with you. 11:30ish works great for them, and they're happy to go anywhere downtown.
I realized what I miss is acting. I want to go and work, but not unless it's really worth it. Like the things that are fresh and new and challenging and interesting. I want to go deeper into the work. And scripts that allow you to go deeper in film and television are few and far between today. It's a journey for me. This is a process. Got a lot of cost.
I mean, he's doing reality TV, so anything's going to be deeper.
Alec has been offered a few movies, and he's very excited about them. even when he has his moments of like, I don't know if I should go back, and understandably so.
I do not want to go back to the life I
Yeah.
had.
You're an actor, right?
I used to be, not anymore. Yeah, not anymore.
That's one thing you have to understand about Alec. He feels like this in each moment.
For me, what am I going to do that works?
One of my hopes for you is that you can embrace and feel okay with loving acting. It's so easier to reject something first, but then you're also rejecting something in yourself that really loves to do it. Sometimes we feel things in the moment, and sometimes it's because we feel rejected and we want to be like, okay, I'm going to go back over here. We're afraid to be rejected again, so I'm going to protect myself.
Listen, where's his office? What I'll do is I'll try to build a couple of things in that area if I can.
Summer is ending. The timing is right, so I'm happy for him because he's such a creative and he loves to act. You know, he can't even help it.
That was everything.
Thank you. That's great.
Soon we'll be back in New York and we can move forward. The kids will be back in school. I'm working on a book. Alec will hopefully be back to work doing what he loves. And we can continue to heal as a family.
Actually, leave me alone. I want to try.
Andrew, are you excited to go to school?
No, Mama.
Are you guys going to take care of Andrew and Lou when they go into school?
No.
God. Who wants me to the shoot? Come this time, we're kind of done. We've had enough pool. We've had enough. Like, and when they go back to the city, they're ready. They're ready to go back to the city.
No,
They love it
they're
out
not.
here. They will not. I'm going to say everybody in the
I
same
hate
way.
school.
Carmen, that was
That's the way
Carmen.
loves
I
you.
hate school.
When you torture me,
Do you realize
they
we don't
give
have
me
any?
homework when home
Oh.
is supposed to be my relaxation. I get homework. I don't want to go to school. I wish it wasn't the law because it's just so bad. I love it, but I hate it.
What are you excited about school, huh?
I like
She's
camping.
so clueless
You
and
like
entitled.
Are you excited to go back to school?
No,
Why?
I hate learning.
You hate learning?
No, it's just boring. Whatever. Next.
Who are you going to go to school with?
The bigger boys.
The bigger boys? And what about Lulu? Yes.
I go to school
Lulu said I go to school once,
and I eat gummy fruits there.
and I ate gummy fruits there.
Where's Daddy's shoot?
She's
How
3
do you
years
feel
old.
about summer coming to a close and you're going to go back to the city and you will now have 6 kids starting school?
Well, as long as you sit down and take a deep breath, which I have to do, and say it's inevitable.
That's okay.
You can do anything. You have to sit down regularly. If you're me, who's a control freak to the nth degree, and sit there and go, this is it. Enjoy them. Who wants me to the shoot?
Thanks, baby hat.
That's helpful. The baby hat. So it's in Cleveland.
Is that your shoe? At least I don't lose you.
The little baby's walking with Alec's shoe on her foot. It was cute.
Remember when you lit the Christmas tree? When I was doing 30 Rock, you and
You were
Tia?
trying to do it, and then I did it before you.
You lit the Christmas tree in 30 Rockefeller Plaza. Button is a gag button. It's a prop button. It doesn't actually turn the tree on. But you hit the button and the guys are ready. They're all standing by to cue the lights, the technicians. And Carmen goes, bang, and she hits the button. And you can see all these guys are going, the kid hit the button. The kid hit the button. They're like, boom. They're completely freaked out. Like 100 union electrical employees. The kid hit the button. Juice it up now. Full power now. That's what you did.
I don't care.
I don't
It's not
care.
my fault Ava and
That-
Allie didn't
That
believe me.
defines this kid. You completely threw off the whole Christmas tree lighting, gave 100 men a heart attack. And you're like, I don't care.
Oh. She is getting worse with every episode.
This is Briggs's Marina. This is East Hampton Marina right in here.
This is not a history lesson.
This is not a history lesson. Please don't educate us on this trip, Alec.
Teach you how to drive a boat.
Remember when you fell in? That was the scariest
Here?
thing. You fell in here, yes. You fell in here. Yes, you did.
You want to know what's at the bottom of this?
Yes, you did.
And what's
Yes,
at the
you
bottom of
did.
Right off the stock? Some of the most expensive sunglasses you've ever seen in your life.
Ooh.
Alec is from Long Island. And Long Island has a very nautical culture to it. Going out and being out there in the water is one of his happy places. He feels free and he loves it so much. He goes out there and he breathes the sea air, and he can go out there and nobody's there to recognize him. Nobody's there to treat him different, better, or worse. He can just go out there and be.
You sit over here.
And B.
All right?
Anything goes in here. This goes in here. You gotta put the fan on. Hold on one second. No, not that yet. Not yet. You're gonna blind me and I gotta get the boat straight.
No, but this is why you get like hurt.
In a second. That's not maritime law. Here we go. I hate that stuff. You know I do.
I know, but you know, it's trying to save your life.
You're like a French fry.
Just your
No.
Just your face. Close your eyes. Close your mouth.
By the way, that spray sunscreen is supposed to be really bad for you.
So you can do that.
It's supposed to not nearly work. The SPF on it is not what it is by the time it gets on your body because it dissipates.
Just a little bit.
And then you also
This is
you
something
breathe
that's
some of the
4 feet deep here.
toxins. It's not good.
You're gonna go up. See how this goes up? That means the propeller's coming up out of the water.
We have a few more days here, and we are a family. We spend a lot of time together, but it's nice for Alec and I to have a little fun for ourselves and spend time together at the end of the summer. When I met you, I'm like, okay, my boyfriend has this house out here, and my boyfriend has a boat.
God, I wish I was your boyfriend.
You were my
again.
boyfriend.
I wish I was your boyfriend again.
Okay, all of that. Then you bring me out on a boat. I don't have that much experience with boats. And you get stuck a lot in the sand. For those who do not have a boat, there's something called sea tow, which is kind of like AAA for your boat. And it's going to take a while. We have no kids. We're just starting to date. Alec gets some ideas. He's like, it's going to take a long time.
Ilaria is the most smoking hot woman in the world.
And one thing leads to another. And we're on the floor of the boat. I mean, who can blame me?
We're laying down on the floor of the boat.
We're
laying on the
stargazing,
floor.
except it's bright daylight.
We're rehearsing our stargaze. And Zito said, oh, maybe about 45 to an hour. And sure enough, 15, 20 minutes goes by. And it's like, bam, bam, bam. They have a horn, they blow. And we're like, we have to stop.
And I was like, I'm just going to stay pinned to the ground like this.
I don't know what to say. But it was fun.
It was fun. It was fun.
I'll never forget a famous actress who I knew. It was Kathleen Turner. And I said to Kathleen, you divorced Jay, her husband, many years ago, and what is it like for you? Do you want to meet somebody and have get married again or have a relationship? And she said, oh, no, baby. She said, I love nothing more than putting my key in the door in my apartment and knowing that there's nobody on the other side of that door. It's just me. I don't want to live that way. When I open the door, I know what's on the other side of the door, and that's what I want. That's what I want. I want to see her. I want what we have. I see this where there's a little marker there. This is the skate pad, and we've skied here before. Oh, it's fun.
No, not me.
It's fun. Not you.
Literally
My
not
other
me.
girlfriend. My other girlfriend.
I've never done
My age-appropriate girlfriend.
It must have been another
Take me
girl.
to Sunset Beach.
It must have been. Well, that's the fascinating thing once you're with somebody for a long time. I think especially if you have a family, is you start to think that person was always there. You're like, this is what we do.
You're
We're
always
always together.
You're
You know?
always there. We went to the prom together. You're a fetus.
Gross. I was an idea. I wasn't even an
You're a
idea.
concept.
I wasn't even that. That's how.
Really?
That's how big.
Let's
our
talk about how old he is again.
I don't know. When did you go to the prom?
Prom was in 76, okay?
76. Yeah, I was still.
Your parents were in school.
8 years away.
Your parents were
Oh
in
my
college.
gosh.
Especially after everything that we've been through, like being able to look at Alec and saying, hey, we are always together in soul, in spirit. And we enjoy each other. And I'm hoping that through this challenging time, I'm hoping that strength will propel him on where he can get very, very serious about how does he want to live this next chapter in his life? What kinds of jobs will fulfill his soul?
And we're good. We're going to get that prop up out of the water. Don't choke me while I'm driving the boat. Save that for later.
Too much sex talk. I'm just not interested in it with the two of them. Yeah. Hi, crafty Florida lady. Thank you for jumping in. Good to see you. Yeah, I can imagine if you guys are not watching this has got to be very difficult to follow what she's talking about. Oh, Lordy. Well, let me clue you in. She's talking about herself. She's talking about herself, how hot she is, how Alec couldn't resist banging her on the boat while they were waiting for boatside assistance to come rescue them. And then they got caught. It was so funny. That's all he said. It was before her boob job, I would imagine, too. Yes, consider yourself lucky, crafty Florida lady. This woman is something else. Likes to talk about herself, though. Loves to talk about herself. And she loves to talk about how old Alec is. So old. So incredibly old. It's got to get old for him to hear how many times she talks about how old he is. Wouldn't you think? I would think. That routine, I'd be over it. Totally over it. We're like, yeah, moving on. Next joke. She's not funny. I think she thinks she's funny because Alec is funny. She's not funny. Yeah, not good. Not good. This is the season finale, folks. This is the best they've got. Here we go. We're back at it.
Added dinner with Lauren to this Sunday.
Oh, good. The assistant's
Going to
been.
Laura's house for dinner. Okay. Baldwin is back in the day. SNL's always the same. You know, Lauren is in love with my wife more than we're friends. He loves my wife, and he's very kind to my family.
Oh, we love his wife, Alice.
We love his family. We love him. We spent Thanksgiving with them. I think it's safe to say, you know, he's such a good friend to me. He's been so kind to me and so embraced me in my work and stuff and put me on that show.
Leo, ¿podemos hacer una carta para Carmen?
Oh, Spanish.
Today is Carmen's birthday. Today's Carmen's birthday and she's 11. And I'm actually not sad for this birthday. I'm not get very sad when the birthdays come because they're like growing up. And like, she was so excited to turn 11. I wrote, Feliz cumpleaños, Carmen.
Again.
11. You want to use that one? That's a really good word. Thank you. You're welcome. Okay.
It's her birthday. She's 11. Carmen's 11.
She acts like she's 19. 11 is a baby.
I can't believe how much I've learned in the last 11 years.
What day does Daddy play Donald Trump?
Then we go like this with our hands, and we say, Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. Okay, everybody, it's Saturday.
She's actually cute when she was 3.
I heard it was someone's birthday.
Oh my gosh, Emily brought the party.
Carmen, happy birthday.
Oh, yay,
I'm
Fleur's
at
back.
motherhood where I realize that as they get older, their relationship becomes so cool. Not better, not worse, just like really fun and cool in a different way. Hi, Carmen. How are you?
No, I'm sending for you.
Wait, Carmen.
I love you so much, Lulu.
Does it feel like it's been 11 years since you had her?
Yeah. Feels like it's been 11 years. I think it feels like it's been 11 years because I can't remember with that muscle memory of what it's like to not be a mom. I think so much has happened. I mean, all the 6 siblings that came after that. So no, it definitely feels like it's been 11 years.
I love her so much. Oh.
People are like, I can't believe she's 11 already. I'm like, I can. I believe you're 11. Sometimes I think you're 17.
You guys are the best. I love you so much. What are we gonna do? Eat some cake. Yeah, let's eat some cake.
What kind of cake did you get, Mommy?
Chocolate cake. Can you open these? I'm not doing well with it.
I will say it's nice that Carmen is loving to her
Can you open it, muscle man?
younger siblings.
You're stronger
She
than
doesn't
me.
act above it. Like she doesn't want to hang out with them. She does love on them and hug them.
What's your favorite thing
It's
about
nice.
Carmen?
I love you, Carmen. I have no idea why the dentist called me puppy. Like one time, Eddie just called me, and I was like, "Oh,
Because you smell like a dog.
what flavor is that?"
Shh. No, it's Carmen's
I'm gonna
birthday.
do the. I'm doing the
Why?
matches.
Okay.
Mama candle.
Welcome to Carmen's 12th birthday, everybody.
Yeah.
Candles are lighting and everyone's fighting. Mommy.
Okay, ready? Ready? All continue like what we sing. Happy birthday to
Just like
you.
that one. I don't have.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear myself.
There's only one candle left.
To myself.
Birthday to you. If anyone wants cake, you have to smile and look at Ruth. And you have to say,
She's punching the face.
you have to say, Baldwinitos. Say happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Carmen.
With everything that's going on this summer around Alec, how did you protect your kids and create a normal summer for them?
We tried to keep them in somewhat of a bubble, as much of a bubble as we could create. But as we prepare to go back to the city, I'm starting to wonder if that's where we belong. And I want to try to protect everybody. Is that Vermont? Is that here? Is it New York? I don't know where we belong.
Let's go!
The next generation of streaming is here. Introducing the new Zumo Stream Box from
He referred to himself as a sex addict? Guess that explains the 7 kids. Well, the 6 kids. Most. He has 8 kids, so 7 of them he fathered himself. Yeah, we're over this. We're over this. He has learned that he is old. That was a cute scene, wasn't it? That was cute. Yeah, like it's funny. It'll be the 12th birthday when we finish this song. By the time these candles are lit. Spanish song, shocker. I don't know. She makes no sense. They're outrageous. They are 4 times the size they need to be. Well, this is true. This is true, Wendy. I think she does see that there are times she has to fill in because there's a need that needs to be filled in that house. I mean, clearly mom doesn't know that the kids have watched certain movies 3 times that they should have never seen even once. So where's mom? She didn't have a job. She keeps talking about this yoga teacher and how important it is and how she loved teaching it and how she get a job as a yoga teacher then. It's beneath her. She can't do it anymore. She can't be authentic. If that's who she is, if that's what she loves to do, she should be a yoga teacher, not a reality, trying to be a reality star. No way. Puppy's giving you the sad face. Oh, yeah, that's true. The kid that doesn't want to go. I mean, how can you be 11 years old and not understand why you have to go? How dumb do you have to be to not understand that you don't know enough to live in society? Pretty dumb. Pretty dumb. Most kids are aware that they don't know enough and that they need further education. Well, he fathered all 8, but I mean, I guess one of them just wasn't that sexual in terms of being a sex addict, but I guess maybe. I mean, it did involve a magazine and the process of an exciting journey, I suppose, if you will. All right. He totally should buy her a yoga studio. That's exactly what she needs. Just get out, do something, be productive, stop talking about it. Well, yeah, that's true. It needs to be one of those silent yoga studios where you just look at the one in front of you and you listen to the music. You just open your eyes and see what she's doing, and then you just imitate. Look at me. I'm clearly not doing yoga. I've never done yoga in my life. Don't know the beginning of what yoga is. Love you, Kathy. It is kind of Tony-ish. Yeah. A magazine journey, if you will. Yes, thank you very much, Wendy. Yeah, it probably would. You're right. Yeah. A yogurt teacher. So funny. Her yoga could use AI. So good. All right, here we go. Oops.
Thank you.
They're at a restaurant now.
You too. Enjoy dinner.
Thank you.
Look at how beautiful this is.
I know.
We have to come here all the time now. I love this. I'll never forget this summer. It's been very, very tough, but we were together. Wow. And now that this is
Is that
over,
unusual?
I'm ready for us to go and live and to really just do whatever we want to do.
What are you excited for about New York?
Pasta.
Cantinori.
Il Cantinori.
We eat out all the time. And I think it's one of the amazing things that's allowed us to stay very strong through so many years and so many experiences. Cheers. Being able to share a meal with each other and talking and connecting.
It's been a weird summer, hasn't it?
It has been. I mean, just take a minute to reflect on what this past summer has been. We didn't know which was up and down and left and right. We had that
Let's mention
crazy
it again.
week. And then we come back.
Again.
Okay.
Now we are a month away, and I don't know about you, but I feel much more settled and stronger. I feel like I can think clearer.
I think it's going to take me a while. Just to get out of my system. All this last year, I was really, really down. I just completely ran out of energy. I mean, I'm 66 years old. When we went down there and had the trial, and it was over. It was like, I want to go to bed for a month. But you can't press pause. There's no pause button in life. There's no reverse button. It only goes forward. And this is it. They're all going to go to school. They're all going to grow up. And it's such a privilege to see these kids grow up this way. The job is to know that and know that it's ephemeral. Don't let that stop you from investing more and more and deeper and deeper.
I don't want to go backwards. I only want to go forward. I only want to lean into positivity. I only want to lean into opportunity because there's so many people out there who want good. There are so many good people out there.
Are there?
Yes, there are. No, and that's where we can't let these people distort the reality. And the reality is there are more good people than not.
Are you a good person?
Do you know if I'm a good person? Why are you asking me that?
So give me the rest of that bread if you're a good person.
No, I'm not a good person. This is my bread.
Ah,
I think he's doing better. I see every single day he is less heavy when he wakes up in the morning.
He's
That
finally
doesn't
losing
mean that
weight.
he's the Alec before all of this happened. But I think he's starting to get there, which makes me happy. That's what I hope for him.
considering everything, we had a good summer. And the kids are in one piece. Nobody broke their arm this year.
So far, don't jinx it. Don't say that. Carmen, I have 18 messages from her. Oh no, and they're all like, this is important.
Have you seen my phone?
Yes.
Uh-oh. Well, uh-oh. What's so important? He got off. Oh, I know. It just adds to the whole character of it all, that voice, right? No, she probably doesn't. He probably doesn't care either. Yeah. I don't know what she would have done if he would have gone away. She would have had the cameras continue to follow her. That's what she would have done. She would have insisted. And then she would have really lost it at the point that the cameras would have been like, nobody's watching the show. Nobody cares about you, hysteria. Then she would have completely had the utter meltdown and lost it. Still haven't finished this, but I gotta top off this bottle because there's not enough in here for a whole drink. The editing is going to be wonky tonight on the videos I'm getting out. And another one that I had to record today because Maddie put out another blog. What? Unexpected. All right. Yeah, you're right. The trial is the only way these two ended up with a show. I totally believe that. Because Alec was getting nothing in terms of work. And Hysteria has a lifestyle and a way of living that she demands that she's not going to give up on. So she needed work. Because this is a step down. For real actors, A-list and even B-list, they would never do reality TV. It's D-list and below. It's below D-list. Reality TV is its own beast. And for Alec Baldwin to be on reality TV, it's a desperate cry for, I have to do something, and my wife is making me do this. Yeah, he would never. He would never. Ah, yes. You know, I've been doing a lot of learning as I go to bed at night. It's either notes to self or it's this, just how to not die early kind of videos. I've been learning a lot about the health benefits of a lot of sleep and your brain. To simplify it down, basically, your brain is active as it is, and it does everything because it controls your entire body, keeps everything going, including your heart beating all the time. It is constantly working, thinking, synapses firing, everything going. When you sleep, your brain is still working, but it also, for lack of a better word, detoxes. And it throws away the extra trash that it doesn't need. And it clears it out. So the longer you're in a deep sleep, the more that extra trash gets thrown away. So we're really simplifying it right now. But the extra rubbish and trash that's left over from all of that stuff gets cleansed out to start fresher the next day. If you go long periods of time without doing that, it starts getting gunked up. And all this builds up and leads to all kinds of problems, Alzheimer's being one of them. There you go. Along with other things. There you go. So there you go. He needs to sleep to recover because he has to have brain trauma every day. Goodness. All right. We could do Maddie's blog together. Yeah, Maddie's blog in the can already. I did the next one. I did it after my classes today. After I finished my classes, it was a short one. She did one on for Mother's Day for Janelle. So sweet. So it was short. In fact, that one, I stopped editing the one. I did one after Tuesday night. I made a video after Tuesday night because there were so many topics that came up that had me triggered that I thought I just needed to pump out a video right now. So I was starting to edit that today, but I had to work. And then after work, I was on my email because Zoom was really funky today. I think they're doing updates, really funky. The kids were having problems. I was having problems. Sometimes I couldn't even get online, but I could get on my phone. It made no sense. It was the craziest thing. Anyway, so I was not often in my email during the day, but I was in my email and I saw a Maddie blog. I'm like, what? So I'm like, as soon as I finished, even though I smelled the Costco pizza wafting from downstairs, I did not go down. I sat and I recorded a video first for you all. You are more important than pizza to me. I am better than Tony. For anyone who's on Sunday nights, and Tony, nothing's more important to him than pizza. Yes, reality TV is a trailer park version of Hollywood, basically. Yes. Back in the day, that is true, but with social media and cameos, celebs have learned to humble themselves more. Well, they have no choice. They have humbled themselves because they want money, basically. They want money. Yeah. And yeah. He's desperate for money. It comes down to money. They would never do it if it wasn't about money. What do we have? It was the writer's strike. All of this came because of the writer's strike. There was really no reality TV until the writer's strike. After the writer's strike went so long that these reality TV shows started popping up during that time. So that all they could air were things that were in the can. So all these old shows that weren't going to get aired. They brought them up, dug them out, dust them off, and put them on the air. And then they started creating these reality TV shows that were completely unscripted, which were better because they were completely unscripted and they know what they were doing really at the beginning. And they got so much leg work and footwork that when scripted television came back, they were going head to head with reality TV. They thought reality TV would just go by the wayside. But people were like, no, I kind of like my Survivor and my Amazing Race. And, the things that were out there, they're like, it's kind of fun to watch. And some of the old scripted shows that were coming back, people were like, yeah, I already watched 7 seasons of that. I don't need to watch it. I want to see who's going to be on the next season of The Bachelorette or whatever it was. And thus was the birth of reality TV. It's kind of become the 3-headed monster now and gone astray. And here we are talking about it. Thus the Baldwins. So real actors would have never done it. Slowly with things that became celebrity related. Eventually Survivor had a celebrity version. Now a celebrity would probably just go on Survivor just to get money. I mean, not an A-list, but yeah. The lines are getting blurred at this point. But the good thing about it is it did also foster in a new age of good writing. Because I think also the writers understandably wanted more money, but I think there was a lot of lazy writing that was going on too. And they came back and continued the lazy writing, and people were like, not that interesting. I'll watch this other stuff. So then good writing started to come about. Not that there wasn't any good writing, don't get me wrong. But anyway, so there are some good shows that have come out of that. And yeah, it's become competitive, as it should. All right. Yeah, it's how Big Brother started. Yeah, I think one of the very first was Big Brother, because it was, talk about completely unscripted. We're just putting cameras on. Everybody just watch whenever you want, and we'll have some competitions here and there, and people will vote people off. Yeah. Gosh, Real World, that was the very first reality TV show, I believe. I didn't have MTV at the time. At the house I was at, I didn't have cable. When my kids were really young, we didn't have cable. It made going to Grandma and Grandpa's house that much more special because the kids got to watch Disney Channel. All right. Let's finish our last segment here.
What? Oh my god, I have no idea what she's talking about. Carmen, estamos filmando. Look, hello. With Carmen, it's almost impossible to have a conversation without getting interrupted. Te veo. Why is Carmen FaceTiming me? Hold on.
Oh,
Carmen
not in her
does this
couch
all the
interview.
time,
Carmen's
but it
interviewing
still
her.
gives me a heart attack. Are you okay?
Yeah, look at my messages that I just sent you. Girl, bye.
Okay, girl, bye.
Girl,
When
bye,
you're 10,
is what
11
Carmen
years
said to
old,
her mom.
Everything is very, very serious. That's like the quintessential thing about having kids. You're like having like a deep conversation, and they're like, "It's an emergency." I'm like, "Is there really an emergency?"
No, it isn't. I'm sorry. I have to stop that right there. No. If mom is at work and you send me 11 messages, you better have an appendage that is missing. I am not joking. You do not send 11 messages and then call and say, it's an emergency. Why? I can't get a hold of you. And then when I say, what's going on? Did you check my messages? Read my messages. Girl, bye. And then say, girl, bye to me. At age 11, she said that to her mother. And Hilaria is laughing hysterically. She said, girl, bye. She's so funny. No wonder this girl is the way she is. Oh my gosh. Remember at the beginning of this when I said I wasn't saying anything negative about this Carmen girl? Maybe it's this. I think it's because it's the final episode. I'm over it. I'm done. I'm done with her. I'm done with Fleur. I'm done with hysteria. Done with all of it. I actually would do another season with Alec at this point. Because I think him with Caroline was funny. Him with his assistant is funny. Him with the kids is even endearing. He's probably a big jackass, but I don't know. I haven't seen it. I heard he can be. But she's insufferable. All right. Let's go on.
Let's talk about something positive.
Oh, that's
You're
it.
having like exciting.
Let's talk
things
about something
coming up.
positive.
You're going off and you're gonna do SNL.
Good times. Work was always interesting because it's novel work. It's very unique. A lot of people who want to do this, and not a lot of them get to do it. It goes back to first big movie I did that I had a leading role, Hunt for Red October.
Hunt for Red
Connery.
October.
He was the ultimate professional actor I've ever worked with in my life. There's others who were as good, Tony and people like that. But Connery, when he walked in the room, everybody got ready. Everybody was talking, stopped talking. And literally everybody was like, attention. It's amazing. I was very lucky.
That's you now. And And I know you're saying, oh, no. Yeah, see, I know you. Oh, no,
I'm not one of
no.
them.
But for other people, that's what you are. They look at you and they say, here's the big one. I know. I'm not going to, you know what? I'll think it and I won't say it. I see you when you're with other actors or, you know, you're with your friends at SNL. Right, but you're with it and it lights up. You're
I
so
admire them.
happy.
I like them.
I think you're also somebody that you thrive off of sharing energy with people. And so in the theater, you really can feel the audience. You know, you love connection with people.
What you company said on this podcast I did, it's about like sports. Why I love sports is why I love acting. It's a team. Now, I got 7 kids.
And
that's the movie I'm in.
Can I tell you something? You can be excited about parenting and you can still be excited about those things. I've been on a lot of sets with you. And you know what? You don't have to admit it, but I, as your wife, I go to set with you and I see how excited you are. And that makes me happy.
I'm lucky I met you.
What's engraved in your rings again?
Somos un buen equipo. We're a good team.
Spanish.
We would say that in my family when I was growing up. So it was always this saying, and it felt meaningful to put it there and invite him into the buen equipo that is my family. And now we say, somos el mejor equipo. We're the best team.
More Spanish. True. 6 weeks later, back in New York City, Manhattan. It's true, Wendy.
Being back in New York makes me so happy because I love a routine.
I am elated to be back in the city, elated, because this is where we live. This is home. We don't live out there. We live in the city. Now, living in the city with the kids is challenging.
Why do you keep pulling bubbles and getting gum here? For the first time, I have 6 kids in school, but as hectic and crazy as life is right now, I think it's amazing that they get to go off and have their day and learn things and live their lives and go for it. So you decide to wear them this morning? Yeah, I guess. Or do they still fit you? I think so. Are you sure? Yeah.
Question every day. What are we waiting for? Same answer. Carmen. This is what we call the Carmen hour. We're in the car at 8:05.
She's just staring in the mirror.
If we're 1 minute late, we don't make it up. They close the door on us every day. And every day we're 3 minutes late because of Carmen. Because Carmen's like,
This is what he's doing.
get in the car, come. Get in the car. Can we go now? We're going to be late anyway. You want to take upstairs?
Wait, what happened to water? The kids are off to a really great year. They're doing their homework. They've got their friends. Everything is really in a very good place school-wise. So Carmen, what are you excited most about for school today? Guys, recess and gossip. Okay, Ralph, what are you most excited about for school today? Recess? I've been trying to keep everything together for my family. When the tragedy happened, I realized that I really had to be the rock in our home. And so I hope that after holding everything together for so long for everybody, that I can put my oxygen mask on now. And I have time to really work on my book that I'm writing right now. And it's such a gift to be able to focus on that.
Let's push the book now, everybody. Photo shoot for the cover of her book.
Alec is going to do SNL.
Who wants to
He's gonna be
read
on
her
SNL.
book?
Come on, what is this you're doing? Ow!
Nada.
I know.
Well, it hurts.
It's fine. Now you're gonna.
Come down and be swollen on that side of my face.
Please. Gotta be
Carmen.
On live TV now, Carmen.
Carmen, stop.
You are?
So they asked me to come back and do Brett Baer on SNL. We met him at the restaurant next door. We leave the restaurant, Cantonoi, and there he is.
After you played him.
After I played him. And he was very polite. I mean, he's a really nice guy.
When I see him with his friends at SNL and when he was on 30 Rock and, you know, with Lauren Michaels. Those are his people. That is his community. Oye, bebé, ¿cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Boss.
Are you boss?
More Spanish.
His name is Boss.
Whenever I need some affirmations about this life, my answer is always have a baby. But I am getting up there. Can't have too many babies now, but one is easy. But I'm sorry,
One is not easy.
One is easy compared to 7.
Yeah, I mean, 7 kids is a lot, but 1 kid is a lot, and 2 kids is a lot, and 3 kids is a lot. And the reason that it's a lot is because you're trying to take care of a whole other being. This is like not a small task.
But it's not hard. Like you adjust to it, right?
No, it's always hard.
Oh, it is hard. Okay.
It is
So is that
hard.
why we're not having
It's
an
worth
8th baby? Hi, everybody. It's me. Just want to say hi, America. Silence! Do you remember when we came here for the...
Blooper reel.
Can we have like a
Sky? Does anybody want something to drink? I'm not kidding. Anybody want anything?
They bring us drinks, but you guys would.
No, I'm going to go get you. You want a nice coffee?
I'm fine.
Want anything? No? Hi, I'm Alec Baldwin with this morning's weather. You're in East Hampton. It's after 6. What am I, a farmer?
Sorry, I just saw cat poop on the floor.
Ew.
When the cameraman, any of the cameras to go.
They're like, this guy's so boring.
Why don't we just put a plug on this now? My mic's giving up my ass.
This is horrible.
Did you get that? Oh my God, that was so perfect.
Who is it, please? I'm filming. Can I have a sip of this? My wife was always saying, a little less
She's
history.
rolling her eyes.
But this is,
I'm all into history.
so this is where we are. I don't know the details. I will look it up for you. The Gardner family, famous family. That cottage, that famous cottage, was where Marilyn Monroe stayed with Arthur Miller. The Suffolk County Water Authority. This is a good thing I was going to tell them. Don't they think they want to learn some
She
history?
hates his stories.
It's this and this and this.
I'd be fascinated by these stories. Maybe I'm old.
My
She
God,
hates the
look at
stories.
you, Wendy, you're so hot. Can't even say out loud the things I want to do to you, Wendy. But before we do that, you know what we have to do?
What?
Get a dog trainer
Why?
to train the dogs, Wendy. What the heck is wrong with you,
But my
man?
dogs are perfect.
Your dogs are disgusting slobs who whizzed all over my $40,000 hand-knit Parisian rug. Wendy!
That's a cute ending with the cat meowing. It was a cute idea at the end. They were doing like a little bit, and he was actually kind of funny, but she had to act too, and she can't act, and it ruined it. It went flat. What did the maids and nannies do? They're working nonstop when the cameras aren't there. That's what I think. Oh, poops are the rocks of the family. Oh, goodness. Oh, Wendy. Privileged enough to adopt someone else's ethnicity, right? There's the ultimate privilege right there. The ultimate privilege. I'm going to take that ethnicity right there. I'm Spanish now. Full accent and everything. Lack of understanding of English words. What you call cucumber? Is that what you say? Oh, goodness. Okay. Oh, I'm sure they had housekeepers. No dog walkers. No, I'm sure not. There is that guy, too. They never addressed him whatsoever. There was a tall, skinny guy who looked like he was about 25 that was around in a few episodes on the outskirts. You would not even know he was there because he barely was in any scenes. But the most scene he was in was when she was on the ladder trying to get the toy off the roof because he had to be there to make sure that she wouldn't fall off the ladder. Other than that, you just catch glimpses of him like walking down the street. There was a glimpse of him in the dentist's office. So he was around. So there's another nanny besides the two nannies that they addressed on the show and showed, who both were ethnic. They both spoke Spanish. I don't know, Spanish, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, something, some sort of Spanish speaking culture. He looked very white. He's probably a student from Columbia University. If they're in Manhattan, I don't know, maybe NYU. I don't know if I think they're on the Upper East Side. So he was probably Upper East Side or Upper West Side. He was probably a Columbia student. That was his job. I mean, not that you can't go to NYU and go up to Manhattan's not that big, especially with the subway system. Hop on a train. You'll be there in seconds. All right. She is so mean. She is so mean to Alec. Not to anyone else. I haven't seen her be mean to anyone else, really. She's sweet as pie to everybody. She's horrible to him. And that's on camera, which means off camera, she's horrible to him. Okay. Our maid was like family and not allowed to touch mine and my sister's rooms. We were raised right. Right, Shanna Banana? You had a maid? You're a lucky banana. But that is right. To have a maid and for your mom to say, and don't touch the kids' rooms, they will clean up their own rooms. That's a good mama. That is a good mama. Mm-hmm. Right, Nadine? Are we old? Is that the deal? Like, he starts on those stories and I'm just like, tell me more. What? Marilyn Monroe was where? Like, I want to know more of the history of this. Like, tell me more about how that was built there. And that's fascinating to me. I like nonfiction, though, in general. It's my life. I watch more nonfiction. I actually had a little bit of television watching this weekend because I spent the whole weekend not getting anything accomplished because I had to do my taxes all weekend long. It took forever. And because I was out of the loop of doing stuff, I started to indulge myself and put on Dateline. Put on a Dateline episode. Because I started watching, I put on Hulu just to see what would pop up. And the thing was on Lori Dallow, because that's how you pronounce her name. And I don't think it wasn't 2020. It was a special. It was a ABC special on it. And it wasn't good. I only got maybe 10 or 15 minutes into it. And it wasn't good. It was very sensational. Like, it felt very Inside Edition type of, and the gal who was doing a lot of the commentating was very opinionated and very, can you believe, I'm like, whoa, I just want news here. What, is all our news going to eventually just be people's opinions on everything? Where are we going to get to the point in our society that no one's ever going to be able to know what news is and be able to decipher? And there was a reference in it. They were wrong for doing this on ABC. They made reference to a Dateline interview with Lori Dallow in the jailhouse, and they showed a clip of it. And instantly I turned off that program and I Googled it, and then I found it. Oh, I just went into my Spectrum, and then I found, because I record all the Datelines anyway, so I started looking through them and all the ones that are recorded that are in my DVR. And then I saw Lori Dallow. I'm like, there it is. I started watching it. Why am I telling this story? I have no idea. I guess I have a few free minutes of my time. My gravitational pull is to nonfiction. Why am I telling you that? There was a reason behind that too. Oh, because of Alec's stories, because it's about real life. She can learn something. I don't think she likes learning. She doesn't strike me as someone. I mean, chip off the old block that Carmen is, right? I don't understand. understand why I have to go to school. And then homework. Home is supposed to be relaxation. They make me work when I'm there. I don't get it. Like, she's the only child in America or the world who has to work when she gets home. Everybody else gets to just do makeup and facials. All right. All right. That was their worst episode yet. Yeah, there was zero content in there. Zero content. They ended it with a flop. There's no way there's a season 2. No way. Oh, that would be so good if they won't. They won't because they like Alec too much and they want him to come back and keep being Trump. Trump is in office for 4 years. They need Alec to come back and be Trump. They're not going to spoof it. Yeah, ended with a nothing. Yeah. They had they had a Manny. They did have a Manny. They had a Manny. They didn't talk about him at all. He was a young Manny. Maybe multiple ones. All we know about are the 2 nannies they acknowledged. But there was a Manny. He was walking around with them. Or is something. He could have been her personal assistant. Maybe he wasn't a Manny. Maybe he had nothing specifically to do with the kids. Maybe he was just following her around because she needed an assistant as well. What for? I'm not sure. But that could be what his job was. All I know is that he was just always there, kind of helping out, filling in. And he was helping her with the ladder. So maybe he's her assistant. That could be. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? They live way downtown. All right. So the guy is probably from NYU. All right. Or maybe Pace University. That's funny. There's a girl in your school who had a live-in maid. Used to love going to her house. Yeah, where I grew up, like, just everybody was poor. I guess that's the upside of it. It's just, we were just all the same social class. So there was no concerns about the haves and the have-nots. We were all have-nots, so we didn't know. Lori Barlow. Is that her name? Barlow? That doesn't sound... Vallow. That's it. Vallow. Yeah. I want to know stories about Alec's life too. Like, he knows everybody. And Sean Connery, probably one of the best actors out there. Like, in terms of like getting in terms of like close-up shots and being able to convey emotion and meaning with just his voice and very tiny tweaks of his face without major... He just had he's a good actor. Yeah. I'd love to hear stories about him. There's someone on the new season who also left a son behind. Terrible. Who? What show? Oh, 90 Day Fiance. I don't follow that one either. That one will blow my mind. I can't. My daughter told me that after I'd started Sister Wives channel, after a few months of doing it, maybe 6 months, she goes, "Mom, you should start doing 90 Day Fiance." I go, "Are you freaking kidding me?" I am barely keeping my head above water, breathing, doing Sister Wives. You want me to take on that beast? It has so many tentacles, and I have never started it. I know nothing about it. All I know is there's a million spinoffs and a million... No, I can't. But I'll do Seeking Sister Wives. So I will pick up on that. So we could do that one on Wednesday nights. When that comes. It's got to be coming soon. Maybe Welcome to Plathville. I don't know. I never finished last season, so I don't know about that one. Maybe that's what I could do on Wednesday nights. I could finish up Welcome to Plathville. Maybe that's what I should do. I don't know. My parents had a maid. She did laundry and ironing and stuff. What a dream. My sister and I vacuumed and dusted and did our bathrooms every Saturday. That's perfect. She worked for my dad's parents until they died, and then us. Shanna, what great. And that's great parents that they didn't say, yeah, no, and this is for the kids. No, the kids will learn how to take care of themselves as they should. Yes, that's awesome. Perfect. My mom works, so I was a maid. There you go. My mom didn't work, and I was the maid. And now I became a mom, and I work from home, but I was the maid for everybody. I tried to get my kids. I started off really good with the girls, and then it started falling off a ledge. My husband, he's like another kid. I always said I had 4 kids. He is not, and he doesn't have really good vision. It's gotten a lot worse in his older age. And so he just doesn't see dirt, basically. So either I clean it or it doesn't get clean. And then he followed Hilaria around picking up her poo. Yes, that's what the assistant did. Oh, Shanna Banana. Could be. Looked like she'd jump on him. I never saw The Untouchables, or did I? I don't think I did. Sean Connery, good actor. I know. We're going to have something else, Mama Squirrel. Don't worry. Something will come up. Plathville, maybe. I'm not following up on what's going on. I'm about the last, I don't know how many episodes behind on last season, but yeah, it started to, but no, I don't think I'm that far behind now that I think about it. Maybe I'm only 1 or 2 of the last episodes behind. So maybe I could catch up. No Duggars? You don't like the Duggars? See, I like the Duggars. I don't know why. I like the Duggars. I think because there's so much, I don't know. But there is no Duggars on television anyway, so there's nothing to follow. They've been gone a long time. But I used to like watching them. They fascinated me. Duggars was like early Sister Wives, where it was like watching paint dry, but you were just watching the family. And so it just fascinated me because it was like, why do the people choose to do this? Why do the people live this way? And so it didn't bother me that it was boring. I just was interested in watching them. It really helps the channel. It really, really does. Thank you, Lynn. I thought at the time it wasn't fair, but as an adult, I'm thankful for that lesson. Too bad they're kids. Yeah. No, their kids won't know. They've clearly very spoiled. Look at the Carmen. I always said I had 5 kids. Yeah. Plathville was good for the first couple seasons, and now it's kind of tapered off. That one I haven't gotten into. I find it kind of odd. I'm not so sure I want to jump onto that bandwagon. I don't know. Oh, I know what I was thinking about doing. Maybe that, TLC does have that new season starting. What's it called? Oh yeah, Garrick, that'll be a good one. Well, that's true, Kitty. After that tainted everything, right? It would only be worth watching to watch Anna dump Josh. That would make good TV. Anna dumps Josh and moves on. Like, that would be some good television there. Derek and Danielle drama. That would be good. No, there is another show that somebody keeps asking me. Who keeps asking me if I'm going to cover it? And I'm I'm like, I don't see any promos for it. But then I looked it up and it's on TLC Poly Family. That's it. Amy, are you the one that keeps asking? Are you the one that keeps asking me? I think you are. Poly Family I might follow. So maybe we can do that on Wednesday nights. Maybe we can do Poly Family on Wednesday nights. I don't think it's starting quite yet. I still have not seen a promo or a commercial for it anywhere, but I guess I don't really watch. I thought it was you. Poly Family's on TLC too. Yeah. I'm not sure when it's coming up. Well, let me take a peek. April 29th. So let's take a look. April 29th. So that would be in 2 weeks. So that would mean taking next week off and then joining in on the 30th. We could watch it like we do this one together. Poly Family. So maybe we could do that. It does seem like it might be an interesting one. So do we want to watch it live like this for people who can't? It's on TLC. It's on Tuesday nights. So we're not going to be watching it because we're going to be doing the live discussing Sister Wives on Tuesday nights. So Wednesday night, right. So I won't be watching it ahead of time to actually do a review. So the only option on Wednesday night would be to watch it like we do this one live and discuss it. So people can just watch it live at the same time. We can stream it together. Everyone can watch it on their own device. And if they don't have access to it, they can just listen and then discuss it. But it's the Poly Family are 2 couples that are living together. And each of the couples have children, I believe. And they all live together as like one family. And at first I thought, yeah, I don't know. And I watched kind of all of I went and looked it up on TLC. So I watched through all the previews and it does seem like, I'm like, well, I mean, that just seems like it's going to cause problems, but whatever. I mean, all of these, anything in polygamy seems like it's going to cause problems. And it does seem like it causes problems by the end. And it does seem like it kind of gets a little sensational as it goes on. I'm like, okay. This might be interesting. This might be good. And they don't seem like crazy wacko weirdo. They seem fairly normal, which is kind of like the Brown family, which is interesting to me too. Like when they're the wacko weirdo ones, which we've seen a decent amount of those in Seeking Sister Wives, I just kind of go, well, yeah, that's par for the course. Like, yeah, you had a rough childhood. Something happened. I get it. It's coming out somehow now. Yeah. I feel for you. This is how you're dealing with it. Okay. And these people might too, but they don't come across that way. They come across just sort of like your everyday Joe. You'd never know. Like some of the people on Seeking Sister Wives, they seem a half a bubble off if you see them on the street. These people don't. Just like the Brown people don't. Well, Cody, I would kind of question if I met him bouncing around like Tigger. I'd be like, what the heck is your problem? However, so that might be an interesting one. Yeah. Right. That is a good point. One of the big drama points is because they swap, they have a child that they don't know who the father is. So the one couple is kind of raising it as their child, but the wife, the father of that couple, doesn't actually know if it is his biological child. Can you believe that? Did they not think through that ahead of time? They really thought that would just be okay? I mean, people think they can live in utopia. We don't live in utopia. We live in the real world. You can't recreate utopia. It doesn't exist. So, yeah, That should be a good one. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Unless all of a sudden they go, and Seeking Sister Wives is coming back. And then we'll have to like upset the apple cart and maybe like table it and throw that one in there. But I've heard nothing about Seeking Sister Wives, so I don't know. Maybe Garrick and Danielle bowed out and decided not to be in it anymore. They really are the anchor of the show. Without them, I don't know that the show's worth watching. They're the show, quite frankly. The rest of them are okay. They can come or go. Yeah. They are kind of like swingers, quite frankly. It'd be interesting to hear their explanation of how they define their what they call it, polyfamily is the name of the show. I don't know what they call themselves. Maybe they call themselves swingers, but then this show would have just been swingers. But like a closed swinger situation. But they're not swingers. Yeah, I guess. Because they're not like the guys don't get with the guys and the girls don't get with the girls, I don't think. I think only the couples swap at times. But they also have their independent marriages. It'll be interesting. Yeah. Well, a polycule. That's funny. I thought Ick was going to baptize a new woman. Well, they showed it at the end of the show, but I think that's just because it was already out there on social media. So by the time they aired the show, because again, TLC was so far behind, by the time they aired it, everybody on social media already knew that they had another person that they were courting and that he baptized her. I don't follow them at all on social media, so I know nothing about their family. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. So that'll be our plan. So we'll take a week off, and in 2 weeks we'll come back and start Polyfamily and see how it is. If it's horrible, we'll just drop it. It can't be that bad, can it? I mean, it can't be worse than this. We stuck this out to the end. All right. That's it for tonight. This was a good time. You all are amazing. I will see you Sunday night if you're SOS exclusive, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to watch Sister Wives as it's being aired. And then Tuesday night at 7 p.m., let's all get together and discuss. And we don't rewatch it usually on Tuesday. We hadn't been. We were just talking about it. We were only doing the rewatches of the old episodes. So what we were doing before the old episodes is I had bullet points of everything that happened in the show, and we were just talking about it on Tuesday night. So we'll do that on Tuesday nights. We'll just start talking about it together and just kind of throw out, and then this happened, and then just discuss it, and then this happened and discuss it. And that's what our Tuesday nights, and that kind of filled up the full 2 hours because those shows are full of things to talk about without watching it, because basically everybody has access to watching the show. All right. That's it. I'm going to sign off. Good night. Good night. Janita and then Sida. Signing off. Good night, everyone.